Hello, and welcome to Stretching the Word. I'm your host, Sister Valerie, and not today, devil, just not this year. Today we're going to be talking about a book in the Bible by the name of Lamentations. Lamentations was written by Jeremiah, and as we know, Jeremiah was the weeping prophet. So Lamentations is all about, as we would say, a sob story. The sob story was about the children of Israel. But I know we each have our own sob story. Every one of us could write a book about how we've cried and the sorrow and the grief that have happened in our lives. But stop for a moment and think, why did we cry? What was the grief in our lives? Did we cause the pain? Did we cause the sorrow? Are we crying because of the things that we did or didn't do? When Jesus was on this earth, he cried. Why did he cry? He cried not because of things he done, but he cried because of the state of people. He cried because he loved people and he didn't want them to die. He didn't want them to suffer. So now the Bible tells us that if we suffer for our own mistakes, then we have to do it with patience. If we're crying because of self-inflicted pain, then we have to wait until we get over it or until we bring ourselves to a realization to, that's not what we want to do to ourselves. And then if we're crying because of sorrow, we cry because of death, but we need to think, are we actually weeping from our souls? Or are we just, pretending that little trickle down? Or are we crying wolf? Lamentations was all about the sorrow for the people. Are we crying for other people, or it's all about us? All about us? Are we being selfish? Can we not see the pain in others? Can we not cry with others? Can we not cry for others? Let's not just be so concerned about our book of Lamentations, because in the end, Israel came out okay. But there was something Israel had to do. Israel had to turn their life around. Israel had to stop walking contrary to the word of God. So sometimes we're crying because we're walking contrary to the word of God. If that's your case, if that's my case, then I need to wipe away my own tears and get in the will of God so I won't have to cry